What's up, guys? Welcome to the Kingdom Clubhouse first video. Okay, our discussion today is very complicated. And since it's the beginning of our channel, we decided why not go along with the theme of in the beginning. So, how did the world begin? And how did life start? So today's discussion is very complicated, and I have discovered how complicated it truly can be, as we're going to talk about evolution versus creation. Now, before we get started, let's understand one big thing. We're going to respect people's beliefs. We're going to respect ideas that other individuals have, as even we as Christians do not have all the answers. So keep that in mind as we move forward. So, before we begin this discussion, let's see what you guys think.
Hey, we're starting a YouTube channel. Is it okay? Well, like he says, is it okay if we ask you a question and record it?
Sure.
Okay. One question: creation or evolution?
And what term are you trying to speak?
Like, do you believe that the Earth was created by a divine God, or do you believe in Darwin's theory that evolution began with the Big Bang?
Necessarily I say creation by God, but there's other terms out here that people other believe, but I'm a godly person, so I believe in creation by God. That's what I believe.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I believe in God. I believe in everything He created, everything else. So the devil too.
I feel like biblical creation, but I also feel like things could evolve. Like both.
Evolution.
Well, that is a very good question. I'm pretty eclectic. I believe that no one particular story has all the right answers. Evolution as fictionalized as, tadpoles turning into frogs, that's one thing, versus flies turning into frogs. Yeah, no, that's not quite accurate. I'm a bit of a man of science. I don't think that we have all the answers.
Biblical.
I'm not really sure that I can answer that. I heard them asking that inside.
Okay.
I'll pass on that question.
Okay.
What do you mean you don't know? I know what I know. You're a dish.
Y'all pray for Grandma. Okay, so first, what is evolution? Evolution describes a biological process of how living things can mutate and change over a long period of time. So, how did evolution start? Most scientists and evolutionists believe that it all started with the Big Bang. The Big Bang was a sudden cosmic explosion that exploded all kinds of energy and matter in all directions over a time span of about 10 billion years. Of course, this matter and energy is what formed the galaxies, the universe, and planets, including our crib, Earth. Okay, so now we can go to the evolutionary theory. Okay, so the evolutionary theory teaches that organic life was created and blossomed through non-organic material in a prebiotic Earth. Then the original life form then evolved into more complex life forms through a natural process of mutations and natural selection. Okay, now for the sake of all of our sanity, I'm not going to go into full depth of natural selection, but here are the 5 key points listed out by Charles Darwin. Competition, adaptation, variation, overproduction, and speciation. So once you understand those 5 things, then you begin to understand natural selection. Or, as Charles Darwin once said,
I do say, it is not the strongest that survives, nor is it the most intelligent, but it is the most adaptable that will always survive in the end.
So essentially, I guess you could say that the scientific worldview is that everything we see in this world, including the world itself, is like me, an accident. But then there's the other side. So, what is biblical creation? Creationism is based on the Bible, where a divine God created the earth and everything that's in it that is described and recorded in the book of Genesis. And actually, some of the evidences that creationists use isn't so much of evidence as it is questions toward evolutionists. How can nothing explode? How does simplicity become complexity? Where did information code and DNA come from? How did life come from a rock?
Well, it's not my job to put belief in what everyone else thinks. But what I believe is true is what I say is true. That all of it was random. Nothing came from everything. A lizard is a rock. A monkey is a lizard.
Things? Okay, so creationists believe that the Creator, God, didn't need matter at large amounts of time, energy, or anything else. It's believed that God created everything out of nothing in 6 days and rested on the seventh. Also, I think it's fair to note that the Bible also says that a day is 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is a day with the Lord. So, take that as you may as well. Also, one more fact about creationists is they also split and debate. One side believes that the earth is billions of years old. The other side are called young earthers. They believe that the earth is only 6,000 years old. Okay, so here's our takeaway on this. What if it isn't so much of evolution versus creation as it is, could they be linked? You see, I personally believe the Bible is true. But the Bible never specifically goes into complete detail of what everything looked like. For example, in Genesis chapter 1, when it begins to describe God creating the earth, it says that He spoke and it happened. Now, was it an instant kind of thing? Or did Him speaking cause this explosion in the sky? And then everything formed. See, think about that. Also, it's common sense that species can adapt and evolve. Now the question though is my ancestor an apple tree? So what do you guys believe? How do we do on our first video? Let us know in the comments below, or at least say hi. Also, if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and evolve into a subscriber and hit that bell notification. And we're going to work really hard to make better videos each and every week. We promise.
And don't forget, everyone, you should naturally select to subscribe to this channel to see more.